Welcome back to another episode of Trackcast. I'm Rich Hanson, the Track Product Manager. And today I want to take a little bit of your time to talk to you about the evolution of the Track brand and this high-performance core designs. All right, before we get talking about the newest core design, the Criterion, I want to go back to several years ago when we had the great ball called the Paradox. That was a very successful ball for the Track brand, really put our brand back on the map. We followed that up with the Paragon, then we transitioned to the Archetype, and now finally the brand new ball, the Criterion. Now let's first talk about the Paragon. This was designed to be a direct replacement for the Paradox. Very similar core numbers, design and shape, and motion on the lanes. From there, we transitioned into the Archetype. So designing the Archetype, we use the exact same dense inner piece. This dense inner piece helps control the RG, the intermediate differential, and total differential, depending on the densities. But with these two being the same, we just changed the main inner body right here. So for the Paragon, we have a much bigger inner body, which makes this a lower RG. For the Archetype, we made it narrower and taller, and that helped raise the RG. Comparing the two in the ball motion, the Archetype, being a high RG ball, was cleaner through the front and had a little more response at the back end of the lane. Now we're moving into the Criterion. We did not use the exact same dense inner piece. We started with a whole new piece. And as you see in this 3D printed model, it is a greatly different design. Here we have more of a bow tie shape, and here we have designed this with an X. The intent here is an asymmetrical inner core versus a symmetrical inner core. This piece is going to help us adjust asymmetry as well as RG and differential, where this piece is only going to adjust RG and differential. The asymmetry of the core design will come from the main body itself. So now let's dive deeper into the Criterion and how it compares to its predecessors, the Paragon and the Archetype. Now when we designed this ball, we wanted a ball that fit right in between in ball motion. You had a low RG, very strong rolling, heavy oil ball, the Paragon. You had a still very strong ball in the Archetype, but it was a higher RG version, so it helped get down the lane. Criterion, we want to fit right in the middle. Why did we not just use the exact same core design we used in the past? Well, we want to evolutionize our technology and move on to new designs and get there in different ways to create different motion on the lanes. So what this new Criterion does is it uses a traditional low RG core design, but the piece in the middle, like we have in the Paragon and the Archetype, this one is symmetrical, but it's also a lighter density piece. So like I said, it allows us to use this low RG core design, much smaller, more centered core, but we're able to achieve a little bit higher of an RG by using a denser material on the outside of the core. What this does is it allows this low RG design to still spin up fast, but doesn't want to use up too much energy in the front because its actual RG is 2.500. So now that we've shared this information about the new Criterion and the new core design, you're probably wondering, what does this mean to you in your game? What this means is we've created a ball that is a true heavy oil ball, but it's one that you can transition throughout the night with, where a typical ball like a Paragon or Archetype might have been a fresh game 1, game 2 ball. You always had to move out of these balls into something that was weaker, something that was cleaner through the front and had better energy down lane. With the new shape of the Criterion and the lighter density piece in the middle, we've created a piece that you can start with. You can bowl game 1, game 2, and you keep chasing into as lanes break down, and the ball's still gonna have the better continuation at the back end. So that wraps up this episode of Trackcast, talking to you about the core design of the new Criterion and how it compared to the Paragon and Archetype. For more information about the Criterion and other great Track products, make sure you visit us at trackbowling.com, and as always, make sure you follow us on our social media channels.